Hey, let me show you something real quick. It's raining. Now I don't usually show that part of my apartment because I'm not really into that. I don't want to show anything off, but I do like the rain. But I also want to show you something else, so just watch it. So I got some new lights to make YouTube videos. Hopefully this focuses. I got 2 of them from Amazon. 1-day shipping. I'll show you how bright they are because it's really, really cool. I've also got food that I'm just about to heat up. I'm so keen. It's about good there. I don't want to put the camera near the microwave. Okay, just feast your eyes because like there's my computer setup. This is where I'm going to try and film like most of my videos now. You'll see when I turn the camera back around. But look at this, right? Look how bright this shit is. Oh, and that's not even as bright as, like, it can go brighter. Oh my God. So now these allow me to film really cringy stuff too, these lights. So kind of like this. This is your world without my YouTube channel. This is your world with my YouTube channel. That's really all there is to it. Now I'm gonna have to get used to this because I'm trying not to look directly into the light because it's really burning my eyes, but you get the gist of it. Got food here. Okay, anyway. These lights have been a long time coming. They only cost me like 30 bucks, 35 bucks from Amazon. About time that I started to up my YouTube game and start up the quality of things. I got a new camera last year. What's next? Maybe a Tesla, some Bitcoin, could be anything. I'm doing this video because I've got another video that's in the works that's really going to, well, I think you guys are gonna like it. For a lot of you beginners out there, I'm working on a full-on, in-depth sort of, not so much like a guide, but it's like it's all about dropshipping and what it is, how it works, just for you beginners out there who want to get started. So that's going to be a really interesting video that you're going to see within the next week. I thought I should film this video anyway, just in the meantime, because something that I feel like I'm quite good at and something that might be able to help a lot of you guys out. And it's how to sort of save your money, how to really be smart with your money, you know, as myself being a millennial, or as I can see here, a Gen Y, an Echo Boomer, a digital native. Some people, I was born in 1995, some people call us Gen Z.
Echo Boomer.
Could be anything, but I'm gonna call myself a millennial because I don't want to be put with those Gen Z kids. Like, these kids are weird. But if you're someone that struggles with saving money, you know, maybe you're struggling in the sense of you're not sure what to do with it. You could put it in the bank, but you're gonna end up spending it anyway. These are just some practical guidelines. Now, the very short version of the video is to not buy dumb shit. Don't spend your money on dumb shit. Don't spend your money on shit that you don't need. Don't spend your money on a new set of sneakers that you just want because you think look good. Especially if you are someone that struggles with money. Don't go and look at new cars. Don't go and look at new iPhones, new tech, or anything like that. If you're someone that already struggles with money, don't buy it on dumb shit. Majority of the time people spend their money on dumb shit just to either impress people or make themselves feel good. Some people do it because they like it. I like buying a new iPhone because I like being up to date. Well, the last couple of times is because my iPhone broke, my last one broke, so I needed to get a new one. But anything that I have that's got to do with tech, that's got to do with something new, I buy either because I need or because I genuinely really like it and I buy it for me. I don't necessarily, not really much a materialistic guy. I don't like wear any rings or anything on my hands. I don't wear necklaces. I don't drive a flashy car. I have a Mitsubishi Lancer. So it cost 15 grand. You know, my parents helped me pay for that. I paid them back. This was before I started all this entrepreneur stuff because I've always kind of been good with money, even when I had a normal job. So I'm not really a materialistic guy, so I find it a lot easier than a lot of people. But if you are someone that struggles with it, the short version of this is to not buy dumb shit. But there's a couple of things that I think might help you be better with your money, maybe save some more money, and to maybe long-term invest some money as well. I realized I had to close my window because it was really loud. One way to be smarter about your money is don't think it's a bad thing to go to discount shops, to look for the cheaper option at Coles or Woolies or anything like that. I always try and go for the cheapest option if it's viable. It's like if I'm at Coles or I'm buying things like bread, rice, and even things like bagels, milk, whatever it may be, I'm looking for the cheapest option. I don't care if I buy like a home brand kind of milk or home brand bread or anything like that. Basically the same thing. I don't usually get sucked into brands unless it's something I really like. Yes, I know, have an iPhone, but I like the iPhone. That's why I bought it. Anything else, whether it's a pair of shoes, okay, put it this way. My pair of, I'll show you. It's a bit dirty, but see this here? This shoe? So this is a Nike shoe, right? I got that as a gift for Christmas from my parents, which was, I was ecstatic about. I was like, this is awesome. This was like a couple of years ago now, 1 or 2 years ago now. I got that as a gift because they saw that I had my shoes for a while, you know, my shoes that I go to gym with. So I was ecstatic about that. The last pair of shoes I bought for myself, I bought from Big W for $30. I had the money to go out and buy a pair of Nikes or Nikes, whatever you want to call it. Or I could have bought a $250 pair of shoes if I wanted to, but I thought, let's see how long these ones last me, the Big W $30 ones. And people might argue, yeah, but you know, you got to think of stuff like arch support, and you got to think of like what it's going to do to your spine and all that. A lot of the time I think that's a lot of, like, it's an excuse for a lot of people just to go out and buy the higher end ones. Don't get me wrong, they are high quality shoes. If you like the higher brands of clothing, the higher brands of shoes, whatever you want to, whatever it may be, go out and buy them if you like them. I just thought, I don't want to go out and spend this right now. I'm trying to save every dollar I can, and this was like, you know, when I was getting to the point with all my e-com stuff, with my online businesses where I was making more money than what I was at my normal job, that didn't change me buying anything more expensive. I still went to Big W, bought clothes from there, bought $30 shoes, still buy home brand stuff from Kohl's. What I'm trying to do is be as smart with my money as I can. Just because I'm making more than what I did doesn't mean I need to try and live outside of my means. That brings me to my second point. Don't live outside your means. You know, I've been able to move out of my older apartment, live in a better apartment. I'm on the 12th floor of my apartment now. I don't show much about it because I'm not really that kind of person. I don't like to show things off. But my rent increased. I was paying $330 a week in rent. I'm paying $400 now. That's a lot of money. You know, I'm not going to neglect the fact that $400 is a lot of money in a week for rent. But I'm smart about it. I make sure that any money that I put away, I have it set away for bills, for taxes, whatever it may be, for groceries. All my extra expenses, I make sure that I have it put aside there. Now, I'm not saying that, you know, everyone should be living in a $400 a week apartment, and it's not a huge apartment either. It's just the location of where I live, and I was able to do that by saving my money, by being wise with it, making sure that I'm living, you know, not outside, like living inside my means of how much I make. And it's not like I'm making millions per year. It's nothing like that at all. Owning your own business is hard work, and owning your own business, it needs constant work. So it's not like I'm a millionaire, haven't made my first million yet or anything like that. I'm still, you know, I'm still working at it bit by bit. And to be honest, my whole goal isn't to amass as much wealth as I can, but I'm living happily because I'm living inside my means, and I'm making sure that I'm not going out and buying the most expensive shit. I'm making sure that I'm not going out and, you know, buying all this stuff that's living outside my means for basically no reason at all. It's like I am still choosing the cheaper alternatives. I'm still making sure I save every bit that I can when I can. Yes, I'll go out sometimes and I'll indulge, and I'll go out and, you know, might have a week or so here and there where I buy more Uber Eats. So I go get a nice, you know, get a nice meal for myself, and I go and do stuff that I wouldn't usually do just because I've saved it there. I want to enjoy myself when I can, when I go out with friends. You know, maybe sometimes I might share dinner or something like that. Stuff that any normal person would do. And this is just a bit of advice for you guys if you are, you know, you seem like you're living paycheck to paycheck, week by week. Now, some of you may be a different scenario. Maybe you guys are, but I know there's a lot of you out there that you seem to live paycheck to paycheck, but when I look at you, you're ordering more, you know, you're ordering more food out. Like, it's like you're getting more takeout than a lot of other people are, and it's just because you're too lazy to cook for yourself, and you don't want to go out and do grocery shopping when it's the cheaper alternative. I've known people, and this is 100% true. I've known people that 1 week they say, okay, this was during COVID. This was sometime last year. 1 week they were talking to me about how they don't have much money, they have to save, they need to look for more work, this and that. 100% fine, you know. Everyone got affected during COVID. A week or two later, I kid you not, they go and buy $150 sweater from Tommy Hilfiger, whatever it was. And that to me is very, I can't think of the word, help me out in the comments. It's when someone says something but they do the opposite. I can't think of the word.
Contradicting.
That to me, I'm just sitting there thinking, okay, if you're struggling that much for money, why go out and buy a designer sweater that you might wear once or twice in winter? It's like, I don't understand that. Like the clothes I buy, the shoes I get, when I do buy a pair of shoes like once every 2 to 3 years, I make sure I get the most use out of it. And then I see other people who are struggling for money, you know, apparently, and it's like, okay, you know, we need to save for rent, we need to save for food this week. It's like, that's cool. Then they show photos of, they have shoe racks with like 10 to 20 pairs of shoes in them, and they have all these different kinds of clothes, and they have these different, like, they buy this new stuff, all this new shit that they don't really need. And I'm sitting there thinking, maybe this is why you've got a bit of a problem with money. It's like, if you see the stuff that I own, there's not much of it. I'm not one of those minimalist people who just get rid of all their stuff and I don't have a couch or a bed or anything like that. I'm not like that. I just live practically. I live inside my means, and I just make sure that every other bit of money that I'm saving, it's going into my bank, or I'm trying to put back into the business, or I'm trying to invest somewhere else. I don't spend it on stuff, on impulse buys. Don't spend it on stuff that, you know, unless I'm going to get use out of it, unless I'm going to have fun with it, unless I'm going to either get my money back for it. I don't do that. Now, probably easier for me because I'm not so much of a materialistic guy. I don't lean towards, you know, designer brands or anything like that. That's just me. But that could be something that might be one of your downfalls and might help you out with being a little bit better with money too. Here's the last one. And I know this video has been a bit everywhere and some of this stuff's self-explanatory, but the last one I want to give to you guys is invest back into yourself. Now, how's this going to help you with money? If you are struggling, you know, to make ends meet in a sense where you are sort of living paycheck to paycheck in your normal job, or you're trying to start something for yourself and you're not sure where to go and you want to make more money, and you know you're making the steps. Let's just say you're implementing these last steps I'm talking about, not buying dumb shit, making sure that you save your money, you know, where you can. The last thing you can do is invest in yourself. And this sounds very like cliche, self-explanatory kind of thing. It's like, yeah, of course I'm going to work on myself. But a lot of people negate the fact that maybe you need to learn a bit more. Maybe there's stuff that you need to know about. Maybe it's just takes, when I say investing in yourself, it's like, go out, and I don't want to be biased in this because I make courses myself, but maybe go out and buy a course. I'm not talking come and buy my course or anything like that. Go out and get a bit of learning material. It doesn't have to be going to uni. It can be going to buy a $20 course or a $50 course or something like that. Learn something. It's like, invest in yourself. Put the money back into yourself. I try and do that as much as I can. And it's like, okay, this might not even have to be business related. For me, I'm like, I thought to myself, I really want to start learning Japanese. I just really, really want to start learning Japanese. So I went out and bought, you know, $300, $400 course. It's a lifetime course for Japanese to get the basics down. And it was like, when I first started e-commerce, I invested in multiple courses. I was okay with spending that money because I thought, I'm getting knowledge that I haven't gotten before, and I'm okay with paying for it. A lot of people say, well, that stuff's free on YouTube and you can get this and that. But I didn't pay for it just for the information. I paid for it for the experience. I trusted the person that created the course. You get the extra help, you get the extra support, whatever it may be. And it's just the whole experience of it all. And it makes you feel, not only that, for me, it's a trigger. It's like, I pay money to invest into this. I'm going to go for a more. If you were to enroll in a course that was free, most of the time, and this is just a mental thing in my opinion, most of the time you're not going to invest as much time and effort into something. Say if you bought a $300 course, you're more likely to invest your time into that $300 course because it's got monetary value. You've put your money into it. It's like, you want to get your money's worth. If you've just, you know, gone into a free course, majority of the time you just think, it's free, you know, if I don't do it, I'm not really going to lose out on much. Do a $300 course, you're thinking, I've got $300 put into this, I want to get something out of it. So that's just what I think anyway, but make sure you invest in yourself, whether it is maybe investing your money, whether it's investing into a course. Invest into something that is going to, you know, put out either good feelings or put out new thoughts, new emotions, new knowledge into yourself, and just keep yourself fresh. And you'll notice in time that might actually start to help you in a monetary sense. It might actually start helping you with money. So for me, you know, it's easy for me to live simply. Sort of the outro to this video it's easier for me to live simply. I don't really care too much about materialistic things. I don't really care too much about wearing watches. I had an Apple Watch I got gifted to me a couple of years ago. I still struggle to wear that because I just don't like things dangling off me and whatever. That's just me. It's like maybe I might change my tune later on. Maybe I might buy a watch down the line because I want to try it out because I like it. Who knows? Maybe I might wear rings. I don't know. I don't know. But for now, I'm okay with not wearing chains or necklaces or having the best designer clothes. These clothes here, I got gifted to me for Christmas. It's like, I don't have to go out and buy Nike clothing. I don't have to go out and buy all these designer brands just because that's not me. Now, if you enjoy it, if you enjoy supercars or luxury cars or whatever because you genuinely like it, that's 100% fine. But just make sure, to my second point, don't live outside of your means, because most of the time, and you might hear Gary Vee talk a lot about this, a lot of the time it's because they're trying to impress others. It's like, I'm not out here trying to impress anyone. I'm just trying to do my own shit, work on myself, and just focus on me, because at the end of the day, who else is going to focus on you? So I'm going to end this video here, guys. Anyway, I know this was janky, and I need to start doing scripts and whatnot so it's not all over the place, but I hope this helped you sort of figure out things in terms of like what you can do better to improve with money. I'm happy to do videos that are more about sort of like investing and things I put my money into, or what I do, you know, in terms of like my cost of living and whatnot. I'm happy to do that because my cost of living isn't too high. Now, like I was talking about with my rent and whatnot, that might be high for a lot of people, but because I'm saving so much of it and because I'm making more than what I used to at a normal job, I factor that in. I factor in, okay, how much I'm going to spend on groceries this week, and you know, I live in the city because I can walk everywhere. I don't necessarily like driving anymore. When I lived back in far north Queensland, I was driving a lot more, and fuel for my car wasn't that much anyway, but now I'm fueling up my car like once every 2 months. It's like 30, 35, 40 bucks, you know, every 2 months, and I'm okay with that. It's like, you factor in all this stuff, taxes, groceries, all cost of living and whatnot, and then you save as much as you can. You don't think to yourself, I've got an extra $300 this week from work, or an extra $100 this week from work. What can I buy? Don't think about that. Think, okay, how much of this can I put away? How much of this can I hold? It's like, you gotta save your money, like basically because your life is dependent on it, and you gotta think that way. You gotta think, okay, what if this is the last bit of money I have for quite a while? You don't know what's gonna happen. It's like, save that money where you can. A lot of people say, don't put it in the bank. Make sure you invest it. Investing comes in time. You gotta save the money that, if you're struggling with money, don't think about investing it. Think about holding on to it, saving it. Anyway, that's my spiel over with this, but hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any questions, let me know. Happy to answer whatever you guys may have. If you are struggling with saving money, or what to do with money, where to invest it and whatnot, I'm putting a little bit into cryptocurrency at the moment, and I can talk about that if you guys want. But apart from that, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and stay tuned for that dropshipping one, by the way. It's going to be a good one, so hope you guys are doing well. I'll see you guys in the next one.